Do you remember the sparkle? That urge to create, to draw, to write, to bring something unique to life. Today, the screen answers. The algorithm generates, in seconds, perfect images, coherent texts, original music. Why do we applaud the technology that is silently assassinating our creative essence? A Ghibli stroke, a Van Gogh line, a T.S. Eliot verse, all replicated, synthesized, banalized by the machine. What happens when convenience, instant perfection, replaces effort, soul, the mark of the human hand? You were programmed for ease, for optimization, for frictionless existence. But art, true art, is born from friction, from pain, from failure. AI offers us comfort, relief from frustration, but it steals the process, the learning, the very journey of creation. What does your fascination with perfect artificial creations reveal? An unconscious desire to outsource creative effort, even if it means the obsolescence of our own humanity. If this provocation hit you, if you feel the chill of this silent death, this video is a brutal mirror, ready to shatter the illusion, ready to face what we are losing. You weren't born with a need for perfection. You were born with a passion for experimenting, for failing, for learning from the process. But you were programmed for ease, for optimization, for frictionless existence. From an early age, they told you, do it right the first time. Don't waste time. Be efficient. This is the most subtle behavioral engineering, a system that values the end product, not the journey, that celebrates effortless perfection and disdains the creative struggle. You were conditioned to outsource thought, creativity, because the comfort of AI, the ready-made delivery, is more seductive than the discomfort of creating from scratch. Think of the anchoring bias. Your mind was anchored to the idea that AI is the best way to create, the fastest, the most perfect, ignoring the intrinsic value of the human process. And behavioral finance enters here aggressively. The AI industry sells you the promise of productivity, of scalability, of time and cost savings. In exchange for your own ability to create, you spend money on subscriptions, on tools. That promise, Ghibli style, results in seconds, but steal your creative soul in the process. Robert Cialdini, in his Laws of Persuasion, shows how social proof, everyone's using AI, and authority, big companies adopt it, are used to manipulate your acceptance. You feel increasingly incapable, less original, afraid of not being good enough without AI. This is your internal fragmentation, the price of your creative essence surrendered to algorithms. The shadow, according to Carl Jung, is everything you deny within yourself. Your capacity to err, your authentic imperfection, your creative struggle, your unique voice. They were silenced, pushed into the unconscious dark, in the name of ease, of perfect performance. And what you repress controls you, sabotages you, hence the creative paralysis, the writer's block, the feeling that you have nothing left to say. Gabor explains that the trauma of pressure for perfection, the pursuit of external validation, creates a vicious cycle of self-deception, where your own innate capacity to create atrophies. You project your shadow onto artists who insist on creating by hand, onto those who resist AI, because seeing the soul in them means facing your own surrender, your own creative cowardice. Your identity becomes a prompt, an instruction for a machine. You are not who you are who the algorithm allows you to be, to generate more, faster, soulless. How much of your life is spent maintaining this illusion of ease, in feeding the system that steals your voice? If this truth provoked you, comment below. I choose my creative imperfection. You seek freedom, but why do you feel so empty, even with AI creating for you? So much possibility, so much innovation, because this is false freedom, a prison disguised as convenience, the freedom to generate without effort, but not to conceive with soul, the freedom to replicate, but not to truly innovate. The system sells you the illusion of effortless mastery, of genius without sweat. It turns your need for expression into a dopamine trap of instant results that never satisfy the deep yearning to create. Think of the AI solution industry. It doesn't need to force you to stop creating. It just needs to offer a shortcut so seductive that you abandon the path, and profit flows. This is outsourced creativity capitalism. It profits from your creative laziness, from your aversion to the frustration of the process, from your pursuit of effortless perfection, your inspiration, your originality, all monetized by the machine's gears. Behavioral finance operates here insidiously. How often have you invested time, money, energy in AI tools that promised creative miracles? Not out of a genuine need for optimization, but from fear of being left behind, from the illusion of being ahead, from the desire to avoid hard work. Daniel Kahneman taught us about status quo bias, the tendency to prefer inertia, to accept the easiest path, even if it means the loss of vital skills. You believe it's more modern to use AI than it actually is. You are not deciding, you are obeying the script of ease, to maintain the order of mass production, the stability of profit, the manufactured peace of your glowing screen. But true freedom cannot be bought with pixels. It is conquered in the courage to be unique, to be imperfect, to be human in your creation. If this part resonated with you, comment here. I don't want to trade freedom for artificial perfection anymore. Rupture isn't about switching off AI. It's about plugging back into your own hand. It's when you stop chasing artificial perfection and start valuing your authentic imperfection. Authentic reconstruction begins in the silence of your blank screen, in the courage to let yourself err, to feel frustrated, to wrestle with the idea, until something genuinely yours is born. Gabor Mate shows us, the root of our shortcut seeking is an aversion to pain, to frustration, and the creative process is inherently frustrating. The cure is reconnection with your capacity to endure, to persist, to find meaning in the process. This is true disobedience, disobeying the culture that wants you to be a robot, the voices that tell you to be efficient, your own self-repression of your creative soul. It's a radical choice, to abandon the false security of automatic generation for the uncertainty of handmade creation, an authenticity that is priceless, because it costs your image of effortless productivity. Jordan Peterson speaks about meaning that emerges when taking responsibility to face the chaos of the blank page and bring order with your own mind. Your creativity is part of this chaos and this order. You'll lose the fear of not being good enough. You'll stop sabotaging yourself by comparing with the machine, because there will be no part of you hidden behind a prompt, no vital energy wasted replicating what's alien. This is freedom. Not the freedom to mass generate, but the freedom to be unique, to be imperfect, to be human in your creation, with the mark of your soul, without the standardized Ghibli style, but with your own signature. If you feel this is the moment to break through the walls of artificial perfection, type in the comments. The programming of perfection ends with me. Or send this video to someone lost in the labyrinth of AI. Why do we applaud the technology that is silently assassinating our creative essence? Our fascination with perfect artificial creations reveals an unconscious desire to outsource creative effort, even if it means the obsolescence of our own humanity. The machine's perfection is cold, empty. It can mimic beauty, but never soul. Your creativity isn't about the end result, it's about your journey, your struggle, your imperfection, your unique mark. The price of freedom isn't speech, but the courage to break the silence the system imposed on you. The courage to create, to be human, to be authentic, even if imperfect. Choose your essence, even if it's not trending, even if it doesn't generate millions of clicks. This is your deepest freedom, to be who you truly are, beyond the algorithm, beyond artificial perfection, beyond the deadly comfort of AI. If something awakened in you in this video, comment, "I see beyond the veil of artificial perfection." Share this content with anyone living anesthetized by the ease of AI. And if you want to keep breaking cycles with me, subscribe now. The shadow you avoid controls you. Freedom only frightens until you discover you were ready all along. Rupture is the beginning. Consciousness is the path to your creative authenticity.